Hello, beautiful heart-centered entrepreneur. It's Tash here for another video blog, and today I'm talking about why your offers in Facebook groups are getting no traction. So let's jump straight into this one. Okay, so this is probably the number one question that I get asked in my live Q&A support calls, in my paid programs, and in the group coaching that I do. Why is my offer not getting any traction? And I'm here to tell you that there are three core things that you need to look at. However, before I jump in and talk about those, I also just want to let you know, if it's a paid offer that you're doing and you're struggling to sell it, then also jump into the Lady Posse library, which you can find at tashcorbin.com/library, because in there I actually have a specific training called Help, My Offers Aren't Selling. And in this, I go through a lot of different angles through which you can look at your offers and you can assess them and make improvements so that you can start making sales. So make sure you go and grab that as well. It's at tashcorbin.com/library. But let's jump into those three core reasons why your offer isn't getting any traction, whether it's paid or free. Number one is, to what extent does your offer clearly articulate that it solves a problem? So it either needs to solve a problem or help someone achieve an outcome. But more often than not, it really needs to get to the heart of what the problem is. So for example, people don't necessarily sign up to a love revolution, blah, blah, blah strategy session, right? It might sound really fancy and you've got some great sparkly words, but what is the actual problem that that session solves? Is it stop you fighting with your partner? Is it helping you to reconnect to your partner? Is it dealing with an issue in communication with your partner? Whatever it might be, but you can see that those three examples that I gave were very much solving a specific problem, and one problem for your target market or your audience. This goes for webinar promos, free ebook promos, whatever it is that you're out there promoting into Facebook groups. You need to be able to articulate what is the problem that this solves. And if you struggle to do that, if that's not something you can do with your offers, then a lot of the time it's not going to get the traction that you're looking for. So it's fairly simple to solve this. It's really just connect with that target market, connect with your audience, ask them what are the problems that they're facing, what's their biggest challenge right now in your area of expertise, and then change up your offer, craft it quite differently so that it does actually speak to that problem that it solves. Number two, there needs to be a strong value proposition. So a value proposition is what I get for what I give. What is the value I'm going to get for the thing that you're asking me to do? So if the value proposition is, I want you to come over and look at this blog post, then the value proposition that you need to get is a lot less than give me money, for example. And in between there is give me your email address. So whatever action that you're asking your audience to take, you need to be really clear that the value they believe they will get in return really outweighs what it is that you're asking of them. And make no mistake, people really guard their emails quite closely. And if you're asking people to take multiple actions on one offer, then that actually increases the perceived value proposition that you need to be offering, because you're asking me to work hard. So I really do encourage you to look at what is it that you're asking for. Are you asking people to go check out a blog? Just click on a link and go and read something? Are you asking them to watch a short video? Are you asking them to give you their email address? Or you're asking them to give you money? And how much money are you asking of them? And then, to what extent are you able to demonstrate that they will get return for what you've asked them to do? So if you've asked someone to give you their email address, you better have really nailed the value proposition of the freebie that you're offering them. That webinar must demonstrate very quickly that they are going to learn something new and change something and solve a problem. Yeah, so I'm going to come back to that point of solving the problem. So to what extent Does the thing you're offering solve the key problem that they've got? And to what extent do you demonstrate that value that they get in return? So that's number 2. And then number 3 is the resonance with your message. To what extent are you speaking to your ideal client where they are right now? So I use this example all the time, but for example, if you've had an amazing health journey and you've discovered the key to what you really needed was self-love or body love, and you try to sell to people who are where you were back before they actually solved the problem, and you sell them this body love message, it may not resonate with them. It may not create that connection with them because you're out the other side and you can see what the solution was, but this person you're trying to talk to is still butting up against the same issues. So you really do need to reflect the language that your target market uses, the language that your audience really uses to describe that problem and that challenge that they're facing, and talk to them where they are, not where you want them to be, and talk to the symptom, not the root cause. So, when you go to the doctor, you don't go to the doctor and say, I've got XYZ diagnosis, please fix me. You go and you share what your symptoms are, and you're looking for those symptoms to be resolved. Now, let's not get into a debate about the effectiveness of the medical profession, but it's the same in the online business world. Your target market are walking around with this bunch of symptoms that is giving them an inkling that there is something wrong, but what they're looking for is the solution to their symptoms. They don't know what that underlying diagnosis might be. So a great example of this is when I first started out in my business, and I knew that a lot of people had issues with their business model and their marketing and messaging. But whenever I offered business coaching sessions where we looked at your business model and your marketing and messaging, I got crickets. No one was interested in working with me. But when I said, do you struggle to come up with what to blog about every single week? I got clients. When I said, are you making offers out there in the online business world and getting crickets? I got clients because they were the symptoms that my target market was experiencing. Now, for every client who came in the door, I got down to talking to them about their business model and their marketing and messaging. But we did it through that lens of the thing that they wanted to sort out. So if they were struggling to write blogs every week, it was because they weren't clear on their target market and their business model. So we sorted that out, and then we could go and write 20 to 30 blog post titles, and they would leave the session going, wow, you didn't just give me the blog post titles, you actually identified a big issue with my business model. Thank you so much. And when people came in for their offers, they would come in and I'd say, well, what is your offer? And then their offer would usually be something really vague and broad. And I would say, okay, well, let's actually get clear on your business model. Let's get really clear on your marketing and messaging. And then let's craft an offer from there. And they would walk out with offers that resonate, and I had dealt with the actual root cause of the problem. So when you're out there promoting your offers in Facebook groups and on your Facebook page and out on social media, make sure that you're speaking the language and to the symptoms that your ideal clients and your audience are actually facing. So just to recap, the 3 ways that you can really improve those offers, the 3 signs that your offers, the 3 reasons why your offers might not be getting that traction. So number 1, to what extent are you actually solving a problem? Number 2, what is the value proposition of the way that you solve that problem? What are you asking in return for what you're giving? And then number 3, to what extent are you speaking at the level of your target market and the symptoms that they're currently facing? All right, so if you look at those 3 areas, you'll be able to ensure that your offers do get that traction, that they are resonating, and hopefully you'll get more people taking up those delicious offers. Thank you so much for joining me for this video. And just a quick reminder, you can also check out my detailed training at tashcorbin.com/library. And until next time, I cannot wait to see you shine. Bye for now.